This summer, large wildfires in Canada sent smoke across provinces, cities, and international borders, reaching a dozen U.S. states. Once a wildfire reaches extreme intensity, even aircraft, helicopters, and experienced ground crews may be unable to attack it directly. So what if the real opportunity isn't fighting a megafire after it becomes unstoppable? What if satellites, artificial intelligence, drones, and robots could catch the danger earlier and stop a small ignition from becoming a national disaster? Some of that technology is already operating today, some is a few years away, some still exists mainly inside research labs. So could AI and robots stop the next mega wildfire? The honest answer is more complicated than yes or no. First, one correction. Not every wildfire can or should be eliminated. Fire is a natural part of many forest ecosystems. Under the right conditions, smaller fires remove dead vegetation and reduce the fuel available for a much worse fire later. The real goal isn't zero fire. It's a future where fires are detected sooner, communities get more warning, and dangerous fuel is reduced before extreme weather turns a spark into a catastrophe. Technology can't remove lightning, drought, or wind, but it may change the speed and quality of every decision made before and after ignition. The first layer is prediction. Canada already uses its fire weather index system to measure how easily fuels ignite and how dangerous a potential fire could become, combined with real-time lightning tracking. Artificial intelligence can analyze these layers faster and at far larger scale, identifying specific corridors and communities where a new ignition is most likely to turn catastrophic. That won't predict the future perfectly, but it can help agencies position crews and aircraft before the emergency even begins. The second layer is early detection. In remote regions, the first report of a fire often depends on a person spotting smoke or a satellite happening to be overhead. AI-assisted camera networks are trying to shorten that delay. High-resolution cameras continuously scan the landscape, and computer vision systems flag smoke patterns for a human operator to confirm. California already runs a large fire camera network. British Columbia is building a province-wide one using high-vantage cameras and machine learning detection. The benefit isn't replacing human observers, it's stopping them from having to watch hundreds of screens at once. Ground cameras can't see through every mountain or layer of smoke. That's where satellites come in. NASA's FIRMS platform already provides near real-time wildfire data from multiple satellites, some available within minutes. Canada is also building WildFireSat, a dedicated mission planned for 2029 using 7 microsatellites with infrared sensors. Designed to measure fire intensity, monitor behavior, and improve smoke forecasts, not just photograph smoke. Canada is also testing machine learning systems running directly on board satellites. So a future satellite could flag a fire from orbit instead of waiting to send images back to Earth, especially valuable in remote northern regions. The third layer sounds backwards. One of the best tools against catastrophic fire is controlled fire. Prescribed burns remove dry grass and dense vegetation under conditions chosen by fire managers, but they require large teams and access to difficult terrain. Drones are changing that. Authorized fire management drones can drop small ignition spheres that ignite moments after landing, letting trained teams create thousands of precisely placed burns while staying farther from steep slopes and hazardous terrain. AI and fire behavior models could eventually help choose the safest ignition pattern. These drones aren't creating wildfires. They're helping professionals remove the fuel that could feed a future one. Once a fire begins, the next question is where it will be in 30 minutes or tomorrow morning. NASA researchers are developing a wildfire digital twin combining satellite, aircraft, and ground sensor data with weather and fire behavior models to simulate an active fire in near real time, aiming for resolutions of 10 to 30 meters generated in minutes instead of today's 10-kilometer models that take hours. A fire commander could test decisions inside the simulation before making them for real. Where to build a fire line, what happens if the wind shifts, which road becomes unsafe. It's not a crystal ball, but it could give teams something they rarely have in an emergency: time to think before acting. The fourth layer is robotics. Firefighters often enter places with falling trees, extreme heat, and unstable terrain. Ground robots could eventually carry hoses, deliver supplies, map hot zones, or search areas too dangerous for a human crew, while thermal drones already locate hotspots and map fire perimeters. But fully autonomous firefighting robots aren't standard equipment yet. A 2025 study of fire service experts found ground robots still aren't widely used in wildfire risk reduction. Robots must survive heat, ash, smoke, and unreliable communications, and flying robots must operate safely around water-bombing aircraft. For now, robots are more realistic as scouts and support systems than as replacements for firefighters. Now imagine these layers working together in the early 2030s. A lightning storm crosses a remote forest where Canada's fire risk system already flags exceptionally dry vegetation. A satellite detects an unusual heat signature, an AI camera spots a faint smoke plume and asks a human to confirm it. A digital twin estimates the fire's likely paths. A thermal drone reaches the site before ground crews and maps it, while the command system identifies which communities and roads may be threatened. Aircraft and firefighters go to the highest priority spots first. Ground robots carry equipment into dangerous areas overnight. No single machine stops the fire. The advantage comes from the whole network shrinking the time between ignition, detection, and response. This is a possible scenario, not a confirmed forecast, but most of its individual building blocks already exist. So, can AI and robots prevent the next mega wildfire? They can't stop lightning, drought, or wind. And they can't safely replace experienced firefighters, but that may be the wrong standard. The real opportunity is detecting fires earlier, reducing dangerous fuel before the season starts, predicting fire paths faster, and sending people into fewer life-threatening situations. The future of wildfire defense probably isn't one giant robot fighting a wall of flames. It's an invisible network of satellites, cameras, sensors, drones, and human experts working together before a fire becomes impossible to control. The greatest success may not be the megafire a robot eventually extinguishes. It may be the small fire that technology helps stop so early the rest of the world never hears about it. If you want to keep watching where technology and the future of our planet collide, subscribe to Watch the Future, and I'll see you in the next one.